Hey there, welcome back to Worldwide Rush. Let's have another Discover run. Let's see what we get. I'm kind of hoping Africa, because that is a nation where I have had quite a lot of luck. The north, however, is interesting. Scandinavia. Scandinavia, I think, is one of the more difficult nations. Well, areas, rather. Of course, it's a bunch of different nations. Because your cities can spawn all over the place. If I expand into Germany, that might actually be a very interesting way to go forward. To Odense, oof. See, Denmark's a rough start. Because Denmark has the problem of having all these islands, which means you're going to either be forced to use a lot of boats, or aircraft, or build some very expensive bridges. I'm going to start using an aircraft. The aircraft right now is barely making any money. So let's hope it's going to be a little better over time. Let's expand into Germany right now. That really bought me a ton of time. 268 minutes. And thankfully, Germany doesn't have any colonies, which makes your life substantially easier. Alright. What are we going to do? I'm going to install a hub manager here, because this is going to be my new spot. I kind of want to have these guys figure out what they want to do. They're going to buy aircraft. Okay. Interesting choice. I'm only seeing one route, though, because apparently there's not enough demand to go to Odense. At least not according to the AI. This plane, doing quite well by now. I might need to get an extra one, especially with the amount of people waiting to go to Roskilde. Let's see if this plane can handle it for now. Have you bought an additional aircraft yet? No, you haven't. Now, having a city manager or a hub manager is potentially a problem because they have a bit of sticky fingers. This money is going to only be released at the end of the month. So please keep that in mind if you're following along with this particular plan. Because if you give them too much, sometimes you can do that, you'll probably find yourself on a bit of a money issue where you simply don't have enough. Now, I'm going to override this hub manager and say, here's an aircraft. And of course, that's not going to come out of his budget, but it's kind of going to come out of mine, so to speak. And now we got Hamburg. I thought this could be pretty interesting. Hamburg-Kiel is not that difficult. It's just a straightforward road. Kiel's the new hub, so I'm going to go with another Akka. And we're going to ship people back and forth. Hamburg confirmed. I got 4 hours still. That really is the big benefit of expanding into Germany. Alright, Hamburg to Kassel is going to be somewhat expensive. I'm going to set this up again as a hub. And then tell them we're going to go to Hamburg and we're going to go to Kiel. Ideally with a slightly bigger vehicle, but we don't have that yet. So off you go, and just duplicate that. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There's the money. That's the month ticking over. Kiel with the sticky fingers is still holding on to 238. Copenhagen doesn't have a hub. Roskilde does. Or at least it does now. Let's hire a hub manager. Expand the city. Here's some money. I don't have enough cash. Whatever. We'll just let the hub manager try and figure out if they can grow this place out a bit. Because the more people you have going to places, the more likely you are to have more people going to places. And that's when it starts snowballing. So that's the plan. Nordhorn is going to have to wait. Because at the moment I don't have cash. At least not enough to build a road. Not that stretch. So I'm just going to kind of let them simmer. They might hate me for it. Hey, tough. And there's the cash. Alright. That's 210k. They want to go to Kiel with a... Sorry, to Kassel with a pretty sizable vehicle, ideally. Which I don't have the cash for. Oh, please. What are you talking about? Why do we need to build a road? Are you saying this is not connected? Sometimes it is, and yeah, that was not connected. Okay. So that ought to relieve the pressure there. Nordhorn's overcrowded. I don't really care for that too much. Cities are growing, especially Odense is growing nicely, Roskilde is growing, Copenhagen's growing. This is all going quite well. I'm going to start hiring hub managers when and where I can, because they will make your life infinitely easier. Okay, Goslar, see that's easy. You don't have to go straight to Castle, you can just go and connect that to the Autobahn, so to speak. And I'm gonna go with an Akka again. This will put a lot of pressure on Castle. And that's why Castle's gonna get their hub manager. They will start expanding that hub, most likely. Because at the moment, I don't really think they have enough vehicles to make it work. Nordhorn's looking at trouble. They want to go to Kiel. I can do that. We're going to go to Hamburg, Kiel, and we're going to send an Arcolot to do that job. This road is really weird. Okay. 28th, 29th, 30th. Show me the money. 1.5 million. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Castle. You're already a hub. You got a manager. Good. Hamburg's a tier 4 at this point. I'm going to make it a hub manager. You're going to expand. Here's some cash. Odense does not have a hub, but I also need to keep in mind I will probably be seeing new... not new nations. I'll be seeing new countries on lock. And those countries are going to get expensive. Like, Luxembourg is fine. But if you're going to expand into Poland... Yes, I know Germany expanding into Poland can be somewhat contentious. That will cost you a lot of money. But hey, we got 3 hours, so we'll be fine. Now, these guys want to go all the way to Kiel. This is dangerous. If you let the AI handle this, they'll buy a plane. I don't want them to buy a plane. So what I'm instead going to do is take manual control of this town for now. And say, hey, here are 2 buses. Good luck. These buses are probably stacked on top of each other for now, but tough. 700k. 750. Roskilde is overcrowding, is it really? They want to go to Goslar. All the way over there? How do you figure that? Yeah, he cannot expand his city very well with that level of cash. There, he just bought an aircraft. And the aircraft is going to go to Kiel, of all places. That's interesting. I want to keep that fulfillment up, which makes sense, because if the demand price drops too much, people are just not going to go there. Oh, I think it's a pretty good bet. That thing's 200k, and there's another 206, so it's fine. Oh, sorry, this is Copenhagen bird, though. This is kind of how you can play the game. A bit more hands-off, especially when the month ticks over and this gets fun. Cha-ching, 1.8 million. Very good. I don't have any new cities to worry about at the moment. But that means I can start getting this hub manager some more cash. Oh, Brunswick. Brunswick wants to go to Goslar and all the way to Odense. Okay, that bit's easy. I'm immediately going to hire a manager for that. And they immediately send an Akka to Goslar, which is fine. Goslar is not having a great time, especially going to Kiel, I think, is a problem. Hub manager, you make my life easier, go do your thing. There, he just instantly bought a road. Okay. That's what you want to do, I don't mind. That route to Goslar, however, is a problem. They're going to have to go from Roskilde to Kiel and then take another vehicle. Now, Kiel does have a hub manager, which has some sticky fingers, and there's a lot of vehicles moving through here. So I'm going to consider giving them a fuel depot, reducing operating costs. That can be interesting to have, because having that makes sure that your vehicles pay 25% less in fuel, and it can add up. Right now, though, I don't think it's that useful yet. What am I really expending? Right, what's my expenses? Planes, 21k. I don't have any buses or trains, so that's easy. Expenses from hubs is expensive, 1.4 million. I don't think there is any way to make the hubs cheaper, though. This is going to allow you to get more vehicles, which is not a problem in Discover mode. This is going to get you more traffic. Hotels are going to give you more indirect capacity, so more people are willing to transfer from one place to the next. And HQ builds a city trust, and also, again, this is more for the sandbox mode, allows you to get more taxes from other vehicles using your city, so to speak. How are we going to fix this? Can I get a plane going all the way to Goslar? Yeah, maybe. I can even get a transporter. That's a 19-seater. That would that would fix the issue too fast. And that sounds weird, but here's my thinking. If I do it too fast, you're going to see that this line is going to get unprofitable fairly quickly. Whereas right now, that's 43k. And Roskilde is, with that, immediately starting to transfer those passengers and no longer fully filled up. Okay, Cologne, we're going to go to Brunswick. So we're going to transfer to that, well, semi-hub, so to speak. We're going to go there. I'm going to let Cologne handle that all by itself. Here, get a hub manager, expand your city, boom. Builds 2 vehicles. One's going to go to Cologne, one's going to go to Brunswick. Oh, sorry, one's going to go to Nordhorn, one's going to go to Brunswick. So these people are going to be perfectly happy. Which means that as long as this demand works, I'm going to get richer and this city is going to grow. There you go. It's already looking like it's doing some pretty decent progress. It's now a tier 2. Hanover unlocked. Ooh, right in the middle of everything. Nice. Good cash. Hub manager, expand. Here's some cash. Have some fun. I really want to have Hanover do well, because it's such a nice hub position. Where do these people want to go? Brunswick. And Odense. Ugh. Of all the places you could visit, you're going to go to Odense? Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just not a very great route. Not an ideally profitable one for me, that is. Yeah, there we go. Cities are growing. Look at that. Hamburg's now a 6. So Hamburg is really quite sizable. And probably, yeah, there's quite a bit of money sticking there. I'm going to see if I can drum up some additional interest here. But that's 4 million. And I don't want to spend that much on it. Odense. I'm going to head a hub over here. Because this is starting to get out of control. Here's a whole bunch of money. Now go fix my problem. There's no fulfillment to Nordhorn. That's a problem. Okay. There. Not to Cologne, thank you. And we're going to go with... It's just 21 people. Go with the 230. Nothing too crazy. Frankfurt, overcrowding. How do you figure that? Lots of people want to go to Hamburg. You, hubman, go fix my problem. Sometimes you'll hire a hub manager and they won't instantly fix it. That's fine. Because they cannot buy as many vehicles as they would like. So you're probably going to see that this vehicle instantly fills up. The next one might also instantly fill up. But then you're suddenly dealing with basically an empty position. Which is not great. Let's connect this to the Autobahn. And of course, I'm not going to do this myself. Hire a hub manager. Here, boom. Instantly builds a road to castle. As one does. And I should be seeing some nice income right about now. Company value up to 19 million. 1.2 million. And tick over. There. 5.5 million. Excellent. We got a tier 7 Hamburg. Quite good. Okay, I think at this point, almost all cities have a hub. Let's go north to south. You have a hub. You have a hub. You do. You do. Hamburg definitely does. Brunswick has a hub. Hanover. Goslar. Paderborn. You don't have a hub yet. So go fix that. There, they instantly bought a plane. And that plane is going to go to Odense. Oh, okay. Interesting. I wonder why. No, there is some demand from Nordhorn. Okay, fine. Cologne has a hub. Frankfurt has a hub with aircraft. How many aircraft you got flying around? Oh, that's the one from Kiel, isn't it? Yeah. It's this guy's plane, so to speak. Alright, any unprofitable lines? Because the AI isn't infallible. If you see some red numbers, don't worry, because generally they just get fixed pretty soon. It's mostly because they haven't really had an opportunity to do much yet. So this one's actually not doing as hot. Oh, they bought a 340 Express. That's expensive. It's a 700k aircraft. Let's see if that one stays negative, which it seems to be. Sell that off. Dusseldorf. Where do you want to go? Cologne. Easy. There. And your second objective is Paderborn, which is easy. Alright, so, same old plan. Hub manager there. Expand the routes, expand the city. Off you go. Sometimes they don't build the most, well, elegant roads, but okay. Leipzig. We're gonna go to Goslar. We're gonna go to Hanover. What happens if I just give you a hub manager, expand, boom. Builds a road, buys 2 vehicles. Fine. Why do work yourself if you can outsource it all? Jesus, look at the amount of planes we got. That is getting pretty bananas, but it apparently pays off. Because most of these lines I didn't set up with aircraft. The AI did. And, whoops, you're seeing that these things are very profitable. But you really, in this game mode, got to get over that first hump. So sometimes you're going to have to just take the plunge and go for a big country as your first expansion. That can be better than going for multiple smaller countries and slowly sort of gobbling your way up. Yeah, he also bought a plane. Because it's probably the easiest way to go to Leipzig. Now, I've seen them buy planes, I've seen them buy boats. One thing I haven't quite seen them do is go after trains. Maybe they'll do that later. I don't know yet. Yeah, he's probably going to buy another aircraft if I give him the opportunity to do so. Which I will. Castle's overcrowded. He's got 8 out of 12 vehicles. He's got 1 million in the bank. I'm not sure what he's waiting for. Because the problem lies with Frankfurt. Really? There is a direct line to Frankfurt. Frankfurt Castle. Let's make it a tier 3. Yeah, we got hub managers on both locations. Interesting. Okay, Kempton and Landshut. You're still using your aircraft, aren't you? Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, let's go for hub, expand, boom, builds a road, buys a plane and a bus. The bus is going to go to Stuttgart, the plane's going to go all the way to Dusseldorf. That's a distance. Yeah, 37k. 12 million company value. We're sitting on a nice 46 million. Nuremberg. Okay, Nuremberg. I'm going to let you figure this one out. Whoops. Boom. What sort of road network is that? What's that weird crinkle there? Oh well. Now, in 60 minutes, we're going to have to buy another country. I'm thinking expanding Germany into Poland, yes, we're doing that again, could be very lucrative because it's going to allow me to start setting up connections there and probably buy me a ton of time. So let's go. Yep, that's bought me 2 hours. This is going to be challenging because now I have a long-range problem here. If I let the AI handle this, let's see, they're probably going to buy a road. Sorry, they're probably going to buy some aircraft. Yeah, that's a 230. It's fine. They bought 2 230s. Okay, dude. Look, I got cash. I can do it. Oh, they're gonna buy a road. Perfect. Take those away. Can I just keep doing this? Yeah, I think I can. 10 million in the bank. Nice. Kalish. Let's just get a hub. Expand. Here's some cash. He buys 2 Cintos. He starts a little roundabout network here as opposed to building a direct road, but whatever. They want to do that. It's fine. Lots. Same deal. And my company value is increasing very quickly. 62 million. And now we're at 73 million. Conan. Jeez, you're almost connected instantly. Don't mind it. Let's go. It is instantly connected. They just spawned a city right there. Okay. There. Oh, he's gonna go with a 230. He's gonna go with an aircraft. Where's the rest of the people wanna go? To Lutz. See, what I'm doing over here is I'm having some transport over there to Conan. And they're gonna have to figure out how they're gonna get all these people to Kalish, which is the prerogative, so to speak, of this hub manager. So that's not my problem, that's what they're gonna fix. Just bought a road and a Cinto. I do like very much that the AI doesn't instantly buy the biggest vehicle. They just go, huh, what do I need? How much can I get away with? And sometimes it's a tier 1. And a tier 1's fine if it's a tier 1 city. But if you're looking at, for example, the biggest cities that I have right now. That's a level 11 Odense. A level 12 in Hamburg. And let's see, in Hamburg I could buy that fuel depot. Because there's 18 vehicles departing from this hub, but there's probably also a bunch going through it. I'm not sure if this will pay off. What's the operating cost of my aircraft at the moment? Is that worth it? 10k. So that's not even all the aircraft taking off from that point. Nah, that's not worth it. You're overcrowded. Oh, we got a new place here, which is already covered. Good. We're gonna go to Poznan, and apparently you don't have a road for that. Well, here's your road. Are they now gonna fix it? No, not yet. Interesting. Let's just give them a vehicle to Poznan, something with about half the capacity that I've transport for. You wanna go to Kalish, and you're not doing it. Oh, it wasn't connected. Okay, that's weird. Here, now he's going to start buying Cintos again, probably. If he feels like he needs it. It is getting overcrowded. That's just the bus to Kalish, which isn't big enough. Upgrade that to a 3. Be done with it. Thank you. Koblenz. Why am I doing this manually? Hub manager. Ta-da. There we go. Alright, I'm going to skip ahead quite a bit and see where we end up in, let's say, about 20 minutes time. A little later, the game looks like this. I've unlocked most of Europe. I've even locked all of Russia. Yes, there are some towns overcrowding every now and then, but look at this. Tula's overcrowding. Why? Because they cannot really get enough people over to Belgorod. I think they just fixed that. If not, just hold shift. Click a couple times. Gonna give them a couple more million. I have 286 million in the bank. I'm making 150 million, I don't know, a month? At this point, I think I've beaten the Discover mode. At least this run. This is not a guarantee that you'll get it done like this every single time. Because some nations are really bad to start with. But overall, yeah. You can just keep doing this. And it actually gets kind of boring. Because sometimes you're going, yeah, I'm just clicking on new city. Like here, Venice. Upgrade, expand routes, give them a couple million. And they go, yeah, thank you. And we'll get it done. And that's all you gotta do now. If cities are overcrowded, like, oh crap, we cannot go to Wiener Neustadt. Well, fine, here's a couple million, go fix your problem. Which typically leads them to buying, I don't know, 5 aircraft or something stupid. And then they figure out, maybe that wasn't that good. Maybe we need to at least sell off some of those aircraft, so... Maybe just sending them, I don't know, 1 million and seeing how they get on with that. Tula's still overcrowded, why? They can go to Milan. Good lord, why why do you want to go to Milan from over there? I get that the AI can't quite figure that one out, because a plane, anything short of a $21 million aircraft is not going to be able to cover it. The problem is, these things are running at a minimum efficiency of 22. There's only 30 people there. So if I'm going to go filter by plane, this is pretty much the only one that can do it. And that's why sometimes you might see this thing clog up to the point where the game goes, hold on, you got something overcrowding, and see, now I fixed it. Now I fixed it. Let's see how much that makes. About 150k? 1.5 million. Okay, I was off by a factor of 10. Well, that's a pretty nice flight. New position unlocked. And I just unlock cities and just whole nations all the time. Like here, Spain. Boom. Spain is going to be run by Barcelona. Hub manager, expand city. Boom. The only problem you might encounter here at times is that if you go to places which are just too far away, the AI might not be able to figure it out without a substantial investment. I'm going to actually see if I can trigger that. I'm going to unlock the US and see if that is going to break my position here. It's going to cost me 169 million. Yes. And where's your first city? Brunswick is your first city. See, these guys want to go to Barcelona. That is not cheap. I think the only bird that can make it from Brunswick to Barcelona is going to be one of those really big birds. Like, it's an 11,000 kilometer flight. Yeah, it's going to cost you 86 million. It's going to Stratus 132 from Cloud Surfer can do it. I'm not trusting a hub manager with that level of cash, so I'll buy this one myself. And that'll better yield me a boatload of money. No, it actually didn't. Needs 45 efficiency. And the other place they want to go to? Oh, instantly got a new city. At least once you're starting to get your, let's say your second and third city, it becomes easier. The other one is Fontainebleau. Oh, they'll just have to connect at Barcelona, I guess. See, in dire situations like these, where you're expanding onto an entirely new continent, yes, that might be a little bit more tedious, but otherwise, I can pretty much do whatever I want in this game, and all I'm doing right now is just giving the AI a boatload of cash and not really playing the game anymore. In return, though, the game is giving me a boatload of cash, so I suppose we can call it even. Worcester, there, hub manager, ta-da, and they instantly start building roads. You don't have to build roads anymore. So you could make the case, this is taking the fun out of the game. If you are, however, trying to beat the Discover mode, this can be a way to do it. If you don't mind having the AI do essentially most, if not all, of the work for you. Because, of course, that is what it involves here. Now, I have 2,275 minutes. I think I have plenty of time to unlock some new cities. I have 200 million. And yes, I'm burning Crash like crazy, but that's only because it hasn't ticked over yet. There. Company value is now north of 1.4 billion soon. And all I'm doing is just adding cities, adding hub managers, and so forth, and so on. So that's how you can make money fairly efficiently, fairly quickly in the Discover mode. It doesn't work every single time. You just got to get that snowball effect going, like I did with starting in Denmark, unlocking Germany, and from there I had time to expand. And expand and expand and expand. And the moment that you start getting like 1 or 2 hub managers, you're set. You're golden, you're good, and you can get running with a lot of money. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more Worldwide Rush.